Hey guys, June here, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. This is going to be the first time I actually go for recording this game. I've been playing it for a little bit, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I know I'm a dirty scout main, but we don't have to talk about that. So, build I'm going for my primary is this, with the hipster balanced overclock. I really do like this on the M1000. It gives you a lot of ammo capacity, and if you're running these particular modifiers, it still one-shots the grunts and all of the glyphids if you hit them in the crit spot, which is a very, very nice thing, especially considering the ammo capacity max is very, very nice. Hey, look at that, 168. Very good for playing solo. Again, secondary, I love the Zukov. The boomstick is fun, and I'm not going to lie, I do enjoy using it on occasion, but the one weakness of the M1000 is a lot of small flying enemies like the jellyfish, and this cleans up that weakness very nicely. Makes it really easy to deal with them. We're in the custom casings overclock. Again, significant increase in mag capacity, always nice when dealing with swarms. The small decrease in damage doesn't stop it from one-shotting the jellyfish and the swarmers, which is always a nice thing. And a very nice skin, look, it looks very shiny. Anyway, so this is basically a standard build. Pretty standard upgrades on the flare gun. I do like the auto reload, but I also like the expanded ammo. Actually, I'm going to switch to auto reload because I'm going to be playing solo, so pretty much no limits on ammunition. It's very easy to get resupplies as a solo. Grappling hook, obviously, you want the maximum range. I could like the improved recharger, but I just love the utility that comes from the two longer cables. The high velocity ejection, you'll see why this is important during the actual gameplay, but I definitely prefer this over this. The retraction is pretty fast anyway, so there's no real concerns with that. This one, safety first, can be nice. Easily compensatable for if you have a decent understanding of where it's safe and where it's not safe to grapple to. The momentum is okay. I've considered using it a few times, but I just love the bypass integrity check. Like, this is such a good upgrade. A full second off of the cooldown is incredible. And crowd grenades that we're going to be going for the grenades. The additional damage on large enemies just makes it way too easy to deal with. This is pretty bad, honestly. First time I got it, I thought it would be really nice. It's actually garbage, because the enemies barely do any damage to each other, and if they're just going to be distracted, why not freeze them anyway? And for the armor rig, going for the static discharge. Chance to stun nearby enemies, it's good. The damage sounds nice, and it's suppose the one situation in which it's okay is if you're dealing with jellyfish, because I believe it kills them, but swarmers it doesn't kill, and anything smaller than swarmer and anything larger than swarmers obviously doesn't die. And this temporary invulnerability after being revived is definitely nice, and can be even nicer with when you're playing solo and Bosco revives you. But the thing is, you already have some revive invulnerability. Got 3 seconds of it before even installing this upgrade, so it's not really useful. Again, shock absorbers to make falling less painful, no options there. Absorb more damage. I like this because I like having a larger buffer before I start losing actual permanent HP. It's nice, but both of these are viable options, I think. And for the shield recharge sooner, definitely pick this. I'm running deep pockets anyway, so I don't need the bigger mineral bag. And yeah, that's about it. Pickaxe, larger AoE, and you know, it doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you want. The perks specifically are a little bit interesting. Deep pockets, obviously, it's incredibly nice, and resupplier is also very nice. This slot here, there's a lot of good stuff that can go here. Strong arm is always nice. Veteran depositor can be good, but if you're depositing in a situation where you need to do it quickly, then you're not really playing the game properly. For Beastmaster, I don't know if Beastmaster's good. I like having a Steve. He can tank a lot of aggro for enemies. You'd be surprised at how much he can actually tank. So it's actually quite useful to have this, and hover boots in case I fuck up my grappling hook. You know, it happens. Happens to the best of us. It's always nice to have. And if Bosco's busy mining something else, you can grapple up to something on the wall, then hover boots to dig yourself a hole, and either get into it on the first try or fall back to the ground, take a little bit of damage, and then grapple up to it the second time to get the rest of it. So, always a nice upgrade to have for scouts, especially when you're playing solo and you don't have an engineer that can help you out. So, what are we going to do for our mission? Well, to be honest, I completed both my weekly assignments already. Probably should have recorded that. Oh well. So we're going to go for the hazard level assignment. I still haven't unlocked hazard level 5. I know. But we're doing it now. Alright. Exploder infestation. With volatile guts, really, just the double exploding modifiers. Alright. Alright. We're gonna run Haz 4, obviously. Haz 4 can be a little bit challenging as a solo, but in reality, you'll learn to deal with it. Scout especially has some advantages when running a solo in different situations, so I'll hopefully get to show you guys off. We'll show you off to you guys just how strong Scout can be as a solo. So yeah, let's give this one a shot then. Exploder infestation can be annoying. In reality, it's it's infinitely better than bacteria infestation. Mostly because you don't really have to worry about getting grabbed by bacteria swarmers every 30 seconds, and also bacteria are really difficult to deal with. Exploder infestation, oftentimes you just get chain reactions for exploders, and one wave will wipe themselves out if you kill a single one, so it can be nice. The mission in particular being killing Glyphid Dreadnoughts makes this a little bit more difficult, because really when you're dealing with the Dreadnought, you want to be only dealing with the Dreadnought. You don't want to have a full wave of enemies that are coming after you. You know.
Lighting up!
Yeah, it doesn't seem to area. So yeah, grab Nitro when you can grab it. It's always good to have spare Nitro, especially if you be dealing with Dreadnoughts, because they do require a lot of ammunition to deal with. So, yeah. This area, it's not too bad. It's 2-hit ground, always nice to not have to deal with 3-hit ground.
Ollie, over here!
Bosco is an incredibly practical thing to just learn how to use. He's a very useful companion. You mine things that you can't reach. You can also mine and grab quarks. If you're doing a point extraction mission, if you instruct him to mine in a quark, he'll actually mine it, grab it, and then bring it back to you, which can make the mission a lot easier. I'll tell you what, it took me a lot longer to finish those solo before I knew about that particular feature. So, yeah, it's the Exploder infestation. You can see, even with the additional ammunition, it still one-shots the exploders, even if you don't hit the crit, which is always nice. I don't think he grabs Pearls. I've never seen him do it anyway, but I guess we'll find out today. Yeah, so this looks like it's going to be most of what's left for this first area. Let's see, where have we got to go on the map? Alright, there's one Dreadnought right down this way, and the other one's relatively evenly spread out. Doesn't seem like it'll be too awful. We can go down for this guy first. Mostly because I saw some blooms down this way and I want to grab him.
Better than flies.
99% of the time it's... Wow, this is actually a really tight area. I do not like fighting this guy here. Let's think about this. So we can either try and bait him back this way, or we can bait him into this... Ooh, whole hoarder. Huh. This is interesting.
Lights up!
What you want to do when you're trying to get these, miss your grenade, and then hit them with your second grenade if you're an idiot. Yeah, it's very difficult to deal with these guys in solo. It just gets away. You really need the DPS from a gunner or something like that to get those. Even though it is definitely nice if you manage to get it. Yeah, you can see how that entire wave of exploders just killed itself after I killed one. It's good damage to this guy as well. Definitely nice. Your leg actually blocked that? Ow. That's very rude of you. Oh, right, volatile guts. Oh, he did actually grab the Eno-Pill.
Donkey, come here!
Very helpful. Actually, you want to drop that here. And go get this one.
Help me mine this!
Grab some more nitro for the road. Usually, for most missions anyway, you only need one resupply. Especially when you're playing solo, because you get 2 full stocks of ammunition from one, and especially if you're running this build, which has a lot of spare ammunition for the primary, makes it very easy. Okay. You stuck? Yeah, now he's got it. So here's some enemies coming from this area. Exploder infestation as usual. Good. See, that can make it a lot easier to deal with them, just because of how good they are at killing each other. Come on, give me this. Thank you. What we're gonna do for this Glyphid Dreadnought is probably bait him into this area. Holy, this goes deep.
Let there be light.
That's actually not a bad place to fight him down there. Huh, alright, let's get him out of there. I'll grab those,
By my dear, it's ugly.
I'll grab those blooms there.
Feel much better now.
A little bit of HP. Not bad. Actually, this is one of the ideal areas to fight him in. Because if you're on a level, if you can play parallel to him, you get the opportunity to hit him a lot. Make it a lot easier. And then this is the primary strength of the scout when you're dealing with these guys. Hey, look at this. You can walk towards me, and then I can just grapple to the other side of the room and be fine. And also, if you're in an area where you can't necessarily have like this good of a kiting zone, it's very easy to just grapple behind him, Grenades, generally not a good idea against this guy. Takes way more than it's worth it to, it's a lot of exploders. Right. Don't have to slow you guys down. Right, got him on top of him as well, so he gets some extra damage off him. Nice. There's the quicker recharge rate coming in handy and saving my life there. That's mostly what I use the power attack for, ending up where I just did it there, where I killed some small swarmers. It's almost not worth wasting the ammunition on them, to be honest. You can use the crowd grenades to slow him. If you hit him with 2, it'll freeze him permanently. Or freeze him completely, rather, not permanently. Always be very helpful. Let's go fast. Yeah. Again, this is one of the reasons why Scout is the strongest little class, in my opinion anyway. There's no, especially for missions which require you to kill things. Little lag spike there. Don't know quite why that's happening. Probably the recording software. Haven't really tested it properly yet. There. Yeah, see, Acid Spitters get one shot. I think he's waiting for him to make an attack. So he'll try and attack you. Yeah, you can move around. Sometimes he'll do the stomp attack, where he tries to just detonates a huge area. There you see he just killed a bunch of explorers himself. Oh, Steve, wait! Steve actually detonated those guys. Good job, Steve. You sacrificed your life for me, but your life is not spent. Incorrectly. So yeah, not too many difficulties, don't even think my shield broke. That's just the kiting ability of the Scout. It makes it so much easier to deal with enemies like this.
I think we're actually doing alright so far.
Oh, I hate these people with fiery passion. Oh, thank you,
Ready.
is there another one down here? Yes, there is. I remember seeing you.
I feel quite alive. I popped the loop bug.
Really shouldn't use ammunition for loop bugs. Power attack usually one-shots them. But, you know, I'm lazy. And then I guess another wave of exploders is going to come crawling down this platform any second now, and I'm going to be really scared. Yeah. I got close. That guy should detonate those too, so a little bit easier. Doesn't take very much ammo from the SMGs either to detonate one, so maybe I should be using that more. I can't call a supply drop because I've been relatively on top of getting nitro. So yeah, probably call it in before I fight the next dreadnought. A little bit awkward to get to that one. Probably just jump up here.
I love this grappling hook.
Oh, another balloon. Very nice, very nice.
Just take your sweet time, old lady.
When you're solo, Molly will follow you around to an extent. A lot of the time it'll be more annoying than helpful because you'll put her in the collar to go in a position and you want her to wait there, but she'll follow you anyway. But she'll usually be relatively close to you. Oh, come on, really? So yeah. Good to keep in mind the fact that having Molly close is always a useful thing. Where was the other place again? Right through here, wasn't it? That was the other one? Okay, the other one's just over here. No particular reason I'm going for this one first, mostly because it's the closest.
I got it!
Again, explode infestations. If you hit the one in the front, usually the ones in the back will walk right into him, and then you'll have to spend very little ammunition to deal with the entire wave. Make things very easy. Alright, digging through the right place. You can also have Bosco dig out this compacted dirt if you want. Usually if you have him doing it at the same time as you, you'll hit him with your pickaxe instead of actually hitting the dirt, which can make it a little bit annoying.
Bosco, mine it!
I usually prefer... well, I would try and get another one here.
Boom, baby!
The volatile gas modifier, it's listed as positive, and most of the time it really is. It's a decent DPS increase against groups of enemies, and it can also be very helpful when dealing with large groups of swarmers, because the swarmers will explode and kill their friends, you know, standard stuff. But I'm sure you guys knew all this already. You're relatively experienced Deep Rock Galactic players, I assume, on YouTube looking for the content, so... What? More basic tutorials, or hell, if you want walkthroughs for HAS 5 missions, which hopefully I'll be able to do as soon as I finish up these missions, I can probably provide that. But again, this is mostly a test. Quarantined, I'm bored out of my mind right now, so hey, fair enough. Maybe this might take off, and I won't have to speak college next year. We all know how likely that is, I suppose.
Worthless, but fun to destroy.
This is one of the very nice looking areas. One of the things I love about this game is just how pretty everything looks. All these maps are procedurally generated. I hate dealing with these. They're very annoying to deal with. Oh. Toggled my HUD by accident. I can play entire missions with HUD toggled, although I don't think I'll let that happen anytime soon. But yeah, he doesn't have a crit spot that's really easy to access, just because of there's a factor there. I'm gonna call this in actually.
Stand back to supply pod inbound.
This looks like it might actually be a little bit of a situation. If he is right.
Resupply arrived. Go restock.
Surprisingly, I have enemies in there. Mostly dealt with? Question mark. Infectors down there. Oh wow, there's 2 infectors. That's why I took so much damage. Okay, I'm gonna hide behind this supply drop. Go ahead and grab a resupply. I hate you. Okay, I can probably deal with these. Bosco's actually out there dealing with them himself. You guys actually don't detonate with volatile guns, do you? Yeah, I remember that. I think Bosco dealt with the breeder. Bosco is... Come on, you got that, man. I'll finish him up, I guess. These guys... Okay. Not gonna lie, don't expect a cave leech to be able to hit me at quite that angle. Bosco usually gets you covered with those though. He'll automatically switch targeting, so that if you get grabbed, he'll immediately try and rescue you. It sometimes takes a little bit of time, but rather than hitting a brood nexus for 20 minutes while you're dying on the literal news. Okay, Warden again. Not another wave? Really? This room is more nightmarish than I thought it would be. It's a little bit difficult. It's nice. I do have a nice platform to fight back in here, though. So you are not. Where did you even come from? From behind me?
Got it right between the eyes.
Wardens? One of those enemies that are annoying as. Really? We're gonna do this? Okay. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I need support.
I meant to right click there.
Blow it up, fast, go. Support rocket.
Another Warden? Really? Is this what we're doing today? Is this... No, I know that this is Has4 and all, but this is a surprisingly irritating set of enemies to get for Has4. Like, I expect this shit from Has5. I have done some Has5 missions, even though I don't have it unlocked like one of my friends does. So. Fuck off. Okay. Yeah. Sit down, grab behind him, make some animation, and kill him. Right. Another wave of exploders. I really need to get a move on here. I'm beginning to lag behind and after. So actually, that hit me. Alright. Bigger radius than I thought. Alright, so I'm gonna grab one more of these resupplies. Throw another flare in.
Weapon ready.
Deal with the brood nexus. Bosco doesn't have a... Oh, he does have a rocket. Alright, so as soon as that dies, hopefully he can pocket here. Maybe? Maybe not. Where is he? Bosco, I don't pay you to slack off. Particular enough. Bosco's usually fairly good at dealing with those things on his own. Ah, we've got one of these. I don't actually have any blank cores, so I'm not going to go for that. Yeah, maybe I'll do it in another episode if you guys want to see that. But this is one of those things that you get once you proceed a character. You start getting the overclocks. Like a little mission within a mission. Insert that key, and then you complete the mission, and then you get an opportunity to infuse a blank core. Wasn't there a dreadnought in here? Wasn't there supposed to be a dreadnought in here? No, it isn't. Am I actually blind? Did I just not see that? Maybe I am blind. Okay. You see, this is an example of a... okay. What I'm trying to do here is I want to grab one of those slashes. I want to get him charmed. Anything you charm isn't going to last very long because of the explosive guts modifier. I should have charmed the guard, I didn't see him first. Yeah, if you have the option, you definitely want to charm the guards first. The slashers are nice, because they deal a lot of damage. The guards are much better because they last much longer. Look at this dude. Just straight up 1v1 that Praetorian.
Lighting up!
Alright. In between waves, we're going to go for this. I probably have enough ammunition.
Lock
Yeah,
and load
close
it.
enough. Not what I meant to put. I meant to my SMGs. Oh, that's the wave of exploders. At the exact moment. Okay. Isn't an ideal area for cutting this guy, so unfortunately make an attack. No. Attack.
Needs gone. Reloaded.
Dead. That. Grapple over his head. With those exploders, maybe they'll detonate on him. I landed right in an exploder. That was not the play. I was not paying enough attention.
Show him some
Buster,
pain.
rocket him.
Bucko.
Whenever he roars like that, he'll be locked that animation for a little bit, so there'll be opportunity to get behind him. You want to be careful with it though, so he doesn't hit you. Ideally, you want to deal with this before the waves of other enemies show up. Okay, it does take 2 grenades to freeze him up. Or I thought it would anyway, but apparently it didn't work. It did. That's a big AoE attack. Takes his hands up in the air and slams him down. There's no real safe way around him, so you kind of just have to get distance. It hits a 360 degree. I did see that exploder. It was moving up behind me. Actually, this might be perfect, actually. Nah, not quite perfect. Ooh, that hit me right in the face. It's very rude of you. I do want to kite back a little bit until I get my shield recharged. That thing is dead, even though it looks remarkably alive at a glance.
Let there be light.
So, just gonna stop for a second. Hit him in the butt a little bit, you know, standard stuff. Surprised that still hit me, actually. I thought I had distanced myself far enough away, but apparently that has a larger AoE than I thought. So yeah, a little bit closer. Got quite low HP there that time, but you know, still got 2 revives in the Bosco, so not too stressed out about it. Go ahead and get my HP and my ammo back from this little resupply, and then I can move on to the next area.
Yeah.
Again, being able to take 2 or 4 resupplies, I suppose, yourself makes it pretty much unlikely that you'd ever be worried about ammo. And I don't really need to worry about ammo anyway, because I've got 1 left and enough to call in another full resupply, so no real concerns there. That crumbling sound is another wave spawning, so I do want to be a little bit careful. The other egg even go. Okay, so yeah. There we go. Believe it's this way? No, it's pretty going straight still. Yeah, this is right. Okay. So yeah, 2 out of 3 down. A few close calls, but nothing to write home about. So when you start losing revives, things actually get serious. It's worth it to note that I haven't taken the extra revive on Bosco. There are a few Bosco upgrades that you can get. A little bit vague that these even exist because, I mean, who plays solo anymore, right? But a lot of the time, upgrades are able to be installed for Bosco. So there's another terminal. I'll show you 2 guys when I get back to the
Go. Get to
terminal.
work.
Or space rig,
Come in.
whether or not I get back from finishing the mission or dying. Hopefully it'll be finishing the mission. Which is relatively in the bag for me at the moment. But again, saying that, again, even with the reduced damage from that overclock, still one-shots the spawns and all the grunts, so makes it very easy. I got both of those, but
Come and get me, you disgusting monster.
there we go. Perfect. Look at that lineup. Oh, you're still alive. I'm actually going to leave you alive for a little bit, because you'll notice down in the bottom left-hand corner, just above where it says my name.
You snooze, you lose.
Okay, no, never mind. There's a grunt. Or a guard, rather. Always want to grab guards if you can. Just because they're increased HP, they can tank for longer. Ow, very rude. Oh yeah, you're still full HP. You didn't know, taming one restores it to full HP immediately. So you don't really have to worry about damage. Yeah, see? Full HP. Doesn't do very much damage. But, it's definitely a useful trait to have when you want swarms of enemies like that. Sometimes they'll choose to aggro on him instead of you, which can be a very helpful thing and can be very clutch. Like, guess he's hitting Praetorian for a little bit. He's doing his best, alright? No need to be mean to him. Yeah, see, the Praetorian's just aggroed on him. Look how little damage that does to him. If that was a clutch situation where that Praetorian would have probably killed me. You know, it's nice to have. Okay, but then this will happen and he just dies. So, hey. He actually lived. I'm impressed. I thought he would be dead. Not going to survive very long into the next one, though. Although this is an exceptional circumstance. Normally, exploder infestations are rare. I saw something purple. What is this? That spawned straight up in the roof. Huh. Interesting. I heard something coming from behind me. Did I, or am I going insane? Guess I'm going insane. Another tip like that, if you're... Oh, I did hear something.
One down.
I guess I couldn't together what was happening. No, just stick away. Yeah, okay. So he doesn't run towards them. Maybe I can actually protect him if I make an effort. Might be a good idea in the future. And what do we have here? This is a cosmetics thing. So if you go ahead and update your terrain scanner,
Done. New point of interest added to
you'll
the
see
terrains.
a little pink cross on your scanner. Right the way over there, you can see right through my character. I'll have to go get that after this mission. I'll have to kill this dreadnought because that is a pickaxe upgrade. Or a pickaxe cosmetic, rather. See, the one I currently have. It's difficult to hold it out, but you can see as it flashes by. It's got a new skin, got a new head, and it's got a little central bit. Whoo! Some exploders. What to do with those before my sleep dies? My sleep dies. Also, it would appear that there's a spitball infector.
Steve's gone.
Ah, Brood Nexus as well.
That's all you got, you slippery shits.
Yeah, probably best to
Lighting!
chuck one of these in there. There's not a spitball infector, just down at the
I was
moment. So
born ready.
you see it. Can be difficult to deal with in the wrong circumstances, especially as a solo, though it can be walking into a new room with, for instance, a Brood Nexus and 2 Spitball Infectors can be a little bit overwhelming, especially if a wave comes up at the same time, but, you know, we've all been there. Who's hitting me in the back? Come on, Moscow. There you go. Figuring it out.
Nitro's been withdrawn.
Get another
The
resupply.
pod is inbound.
Mostly for the HP. I am missing a little bit of primary ammo, but nothing to write home about.
Lighting up.
And having spare flares. Always nice. Thanks, Moscow. Annoying to deal with.
Everybody collect ammunition. Getting more ammo.
Strictly speaking, no need to grab 2 boxes, so I won't, but I could, because I have way too much spare ammunition. And look at that. Only 1 more bloom and I'm out of here on that requirement.
Mine.
Moscow, mind that.
Yep.
Wait until those stop and attack, it's relatively easy to hit the crit spot on them. Moscow's working on that. I guess it's now as good a time as any.
Let there be light.
Well, let me grab this first. I'm procrastinating a little bit on the stalling, I suppose is probably a better word. Let's just give it a shot. Why not?
Watch out! Dreadnought incoming!
I have full grenades. Where is the wave? Kind of annoying. Notably, it doesn't actually appear to one-shot the grunt guards. Hit in the face. It'll one-shot these guys and hit them in the face. But it appears the extra HP of the grunt guards is enough to keep them alive for a second or two longer. If you're playing Scout in a party of 4 people, it's usually a good idea to go after high-value targets first. So, like, if a new wave spawns, I won't be immediately shooting at anything I can see. I'll be aiming for acid spitters, the flyers. So that's annoying for my team to deal with. Gunner is really the only one I was able to deal with that kind of thing efficiently. Both Driller and Engineer have difficulties dealing with. Huh. That's a new one on me. I really did not expect that to kill me. I kind of expected to survive that. Alright, so now things are getting a little bit frisky. I have removed one of my get out of jail free cards. Well, not a whole lot of damage on this Dreadnought. So, I should probably focus up a little bit. Kind of slacking off. Thought this would be much easier than it was. I see a little bit of HP. There was some red sugar over here, so I think I'm going to go ahead and yoink this real quick.
Never felt better.
Just hopefully stop myself from getting one shot one more time. Oh, there's someone down there. Really need to keep that in mind. Ow! Don't quite know how the angle on that one worked. Bosco's doing a lot of work for me. Oh, that's completion on G. Generally, don't want to fat finger that one. Yeah, okay, you see, he's got a lot of flexibility of his neck there. He's got his shield back. Bosco's coming in clutch me, thankfully. Got some rockets saved up. I'm gonna go ahead and let those loose. Exploders. Really too difficult to deal with. Smart move would probably have been to save the rocket for when I broke the shield. But I never called myself a genius. And while it does look relatively close, looks kind of like I'm having a little bit of difficulty dodging this guy. This is relatively routine. This is kind of... That's a lot larger of an explosion radius than I give it credit for. I just got stuck in a hole, so I almost got hit by it. Very bad that happened. You can see as he gets to you, you could have a small window of time where he's not actually killing you. So 2 grenades chucked on him. Ooh, and there's another instance where the grappling hook comes in to save my life. I got stuck in him a little bit. That's something which can happen, and the shield came back. Again, a little bit irritating to deal with. Out of the ordinary here at the moment. I do have a little bit, you can see at the bottom of the screen there, I have a gear that I'm relatively close to actually freezing. Mostly because I'm hitting myself with my cryo grenades. Again, not something you generally want to do in a mission. You can avoid it. This fucking roly-poly bastards. I hate these things with the passion of... the fiery passion of 1,000 suns. They are difficult to deal with, and I'm putting that relatively lightly. The amount that they ping-pong you is frankly unnecessary. I don't know quite why the Deep Rock Galactic devs decided to make our lives hell by adding those into the game. And that wasn't even a large one, that was a small one. See, okay. Acid spitters. I don't quite know where he was going. Bosco seems to have that guy under control. Oh my There's the helmet. Difficult to deal with at the best of times. You can see in that little isolated instance there just quite how much he managed to ping-pong me. In that particular case, not too big of a deal, right? Just kind of bounced back a little bit, did about half my shield. Not too insanely stressful. But when that happens in the middle of a, for instance, Dreadnought fight, and you get ping-ponged directly into the face of the Dreadnought's slam attack, you can see where the difficulties begin to rise. What did I come back over here for again? Oh, right, there was a way to get through here. I'm going for that, plus. There's a way to get through up there, Mike. Is that probably the fastest way to go through, actually? I don't know. Can't really get Bosco to dig this. He'll just light it up. Guess it's probably the fastest way. So yeah. 3 Dreadnoughts down. Only need one more bloom. Been here before. So yeah. Go ahead and get this pickaxe cosmetic, get that one more bloom, and then we're going to look to extract. Now, a lot of the thing with extracting, generally just want to make a run for it, especially if you're solo as a scout and you don't really have any slower compatriots to escort out of there. It's very easy to get to the extraction. Like, this scenery looks so nice. It's difficult to believe all this is procedurally generated, right? It was over in this area. No, I missed that over. Oh, okay. That's what I get for checking my map. During an exploder infestation. Where was this again? So the big cavern. Huh? I have to get better at reading maps.
Flares recharging. Lighting!
And there's that bloom we were missing. Cool. There's some starch nuts. Is this the right way? Okay, I'm getting there. It's never really on the beaten path. Okay, let's see. I believe it was just down below me, right? A little bit farther up and then down below me. Go ahead and dig straight down this way. You see, I heard the explosions. I heard them spawning.
Much better.
Well, I guess my brain just didn't quite put 2 and 2 together that I was about to be... Oh, thank you, Bosco. Very helpful. I guess my brain didn't quite put 2 and 2 together that I was about to be actively blown up. That trapping myself in a small hole was maybe not a good idea. Well, lad. Look at a new pickaxe head. Pneumatic. Not bad.
Secondary objective completed. Fine job.
These boxes always contain a little bit of resources as well. You saw all that stuff on the bottom of my screen before I deposited it there. Nice little way to get some more supplies. And we are going to
The
look
rock
to
seriously
extract.
need to invest in some better
Oh,
equipment.
there's some gold down there I missed. No comment. Exploder infestation is really one of those modifiers that really
That's how you do it. Drop
makes
powder
you
on
take
the
a
way.
think about your techniques and your strategies, and also checking behind you so that you don't get instantly murdered. So yeah, now we're waiting. Okay, drop house spawning over here. Check the map, see what the fastest way to get there is. Probably going up and back around, or down and then up again.
Drop pod arrived. Mule is returning to LZ.
Let's follow the mule. It's
Drop
heading.
pod departing in T-minus 5
Can't follow the
minutes.
mule. It is a way to do it. In fact, that's what I'm
Better
gonna do. Didn't realize that there was dirt that he had to dig down here, so I'm just gonna let the mule lead me.
Be gone!
Sorry, the bug. I should really be petting these things before I activate them.
You're cute.
Get to loot.
Your head. Ludicrous speed.
Oh, okay. Hello, good sir. Good luck. Slip on past you there. No real hard feelings there, buddy.
Last walk in the pod pace for the first round.
What the hell are you? Okay. Yeah. Good thing I'm playing Scout. If I was playing any other class, I would be so fucking dead. Go ahead.
Rocket, here.
Drop pod departing in T-minus
Hit that
4
guy.
minutes.
One of the modifiers that I have installed on my Bosco is, don't remember the exact name, but it basically allows the rockets to destroy a lot of armor. Fortunately, it doesn't really work on oppressors. I was kind of hoping that that would be the use case for it, but it's still kind of nice to have when you're dealing with.
Let's get out of this hellhole.
It's still kind of nice to have when you're dealing with a lot of enemies like Praetorians, where
Grabbing ammo.
you can get behind them, and you could do it, but
Yeah.
I'm lazy. Kind of just want to hit him in the face a little bit. Upgrade definitely allows that to happen.
Lights up.
Probably be able to demonstrate it here.
Bosco, here.
Right click. But he missed, so
The mule has
didn't even
dropped.
work. All right,
Initiating launch sequence.
you get to
Down it
live.
goes! Locked and loaded.
Actually, no. If did I really not get through here? Wait, no way. There are 2 Praetorians, huh?
Drop pod departing in
I
T-minus
almost
3
died.
minutes.
Okay. So yeah,
Retrieving escape pod.
relatively textbook. A few close calls here and there, but nothing too difficult that we couldn't overcome. Almost got stuck in that little crevice there. I was certain I could fit through that, but apparently not. So yeah, again, scout 3 Glyphid Dreadnoughts. One of the most difficult missions to do solo is killing Glyphid Dreadnoughts, but managed to make it work. Just because Scout's grappling hook is incredibly useful. Almost 200 Eno pearls from that. Very, very nice indeed. So we'll probably head back to the space rig, check out that new pickaxe upgrade, and then I'm probably going to sign off. First mission done on that new Hesp
Well
level.
done. You're getting
And get some perk points. Fantastic. Anything in particular I'm looking for over here? Did I grab them both? Yeah. Right. Deep Pockets 3.
Just the part for
Always
me.
nice. The upgraded levels of Beast Master don't actually reduce the cooldown, just increase the damage that your tamed beasts do, so nice to have still. Yeah, that'll be that. Let's go and take a look at our pickaxe upgrade.
What would Carl choose?
That does look pretty nice.
Maybe.
Oh, no.
This fits well.
That looks cool as well, though. I think I'll
Let
stick
me
with the new
try
one.
this.
Give it a little bit of variety. And with that, I think that's where we're going to call it for today. So, thank you very much for watching. If you liked, go ahead and hit the like. If you want to sub, go ahead and sub. I know this is my first video on this channel. I'm going to see how well this goes. See how well this does. See if people want this kind of content. I'm quarantined in my own house, so I don't really have anything else to do. Alright, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you guys later.